Welcome to my channel Official History of Coins, today's exploration into the fascinating world of American numismatics. In this video, we're going on a journey through history, uncovering the stories and secrets of four iconic 1-cent coins from the United States. Let's get started. The 1972 Eisenhower Dollar stands as a captivating cornerstone of modern American numismatics, particularly alluring to collectors who seek a tangible piece of the 20th century space race and presidential commemoration. Its appeal is multifaceted, rooted not only in its status as the inaugural issue of a new DollarCoin series, but also in the specific challenges of acquiring it in pristine, gem-quality condition. While millions were struck for circulation, the coins that have survived in top grades, especially those from specific mint varieties, represent a significant pursuit for specialists. Today, the market demand for high-grade 1972 specimens is robust, driven by both series collectors completing sets and investors recognizing the coin's historical narrative and conditional scarcity, making it a highly sought-after piece that bridges the gap between accessible collecting and elite rarity. Issued to honor the legacy of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a supreme Allied commander during World War II, and to commemorate the monumental Apollo 11 moon landing, this coin emerged during a period of national pride and technological triumph. Authorized by the Coinage Act of 1970, it marked the return of a dollar coin for general circulation after a hiatus of several decades. The year 1972 is especially notable as it represents the first full year of production for the series, following a limited 1971 prototype-like issuance. Coins were struck at three mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S, with the latter producing both proof coins for collectors and a small number of circulation strikes. This minting diversity immediately created distinct collectible paths, with the San Francisco circulation strike emerging as a key rarity. Artistically, the coin is substantial, with a diameter of 38.1 millimeters and a composition of copper-nickel clad over a copper core. The obverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, features a stern, left-facing portrait of Eisenhower, inspired by the official presidential photograph. The reverse is where its unique character truly shines, depicting an adaptation of the Apollo 11 mission insignia, an eagle descending with an olive branch toward the lunar surface, with the Earth prominently in the background. This design, symbolizing peaceful conquest, is exceptionally detailed, and in high-grade examples, the intricate features of the eagle's feathers and the lunar terrain exhibit sharp, frosty relief against mirror-like fields, a visual characteristic that is crucial for its top-tier valuation. Rarity for this issue is almost exclusively conditional and variety-based. The Philadelphia and Denver mintages were enormous, but the vast majority entered circulation, becoming heavily worn or damaged. Consequently, examples graded MS-67 or higher are genuinely scarce, with populations diminishing sharply at these elite levels. The true pinnacle of rarity, however, is the 1972 Type II Eisenhower Dollar. This variety features a much bolder, clearer reverse design, particularly in the Earth's details and the eagle's leg feathers, resulting from a mid-year hub change to address striking issues. The Type II is exceedingly rare, especially from the Philadelphia Mint, with only a handful known in the finest grades. For the San Francisco circulation strike, 1972 S, rarity is inherent due to its tiny mintage intended for collectors, making it the key date of the entire series in any condition. Market value for a standard 1972 Eisenhower Dollar in circulated condition is modest, but the landscape changes dramatically with grade and variety. A brilliantly preserved Philadelphia issue graded MS-67 can command prices starting around $1,800**, while an MS-68 specimen may escalate to $4,500 or more at auction, reflecting the extreme scarcity at that level. The Denver Mint coins follow a similar, though slightly less steep, trajectory. The 1972 S circulation strike, due to its low mintage, begins at a premium. Even in lower uncirculated grades, it can be valued from $3,000**, soaring exponentially for gems. However, the market apex is reserved for the Type II varieties. A A certified 1972 Type 2 in MS66 condition can easily reach $500, with finer examples pushing into the $15,000 plus realm, completely redefining the upper bounds of the stated range for this extraordinary variety. For collectors aiming to acquire a high-value 1972 Eisenhower, diligence is paramount. Prioritize certification from top-tier services like PCGS or NGC, as their encapsulation guarantees authenticity and grades the critical factors of strike and surface preservation. When examining a coin, focus on the reverse details. A strong, bold rendition of the eagle and the lunar surface is essential for a premium price. For the Type 2 variety, study the distinct differences in the Earth's islands and the eagle's leg feathers compared to the softer Type 1. Building relationships with reputable dealers who specialize in modern coins or participating in major numismatic auctions are the most reliable acquisition strategies. Proper storage in a climate-controlled environment is non-negotiable to preserve the coin's delicate surfaces and original toning, which can enhance its eye appeal and value. In conclusion, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar transcends its face value as a masterful synthesis of American history, artistic endeavor, and numismatic science. Its value lies not in its abundance, but in the relentless pursuit of perfection, finding those few coins that escape the ravages of time and commerce. For the advanced collector, it offers a challenging and rewarding hunt, particularly for the enigmatic Type 2 or the elusive 1972S. As a tangible artifact of Eisenhower's leadership and humanity's giant leap, its appeal is enduring, promising both aesthetic pleasure and the strong potential for continued appreciation as top-grade populations remain static and collector interest grows, securing its prestigious position in the canon of 20th century coinage. Next coin within the expansive realm of Eisenhower dollars, the 1972 D issue holds a fascinating and somewhat paradoxical position, representing a coin that is both exceedingly common and exceptionally rare. For the majority of collectors, it is an affordable first-year coin from the Denver Mint, yet for the dedicated specialist, it presents one of the series' most formidable conditional challenges. Its appeal lies precisely in this dichotomy. While millions were struck, the relentless pursuit of a flawless, gem-quality specimen becomes a numismatic quest. The coin's significance is magnified when one considers that high-grade examples are vastly scarcer than their Philadelphia counterparts, creating a sleeper rarity that commands serious attention and premium prices from top-tier registry set collectors and investors seeking undervalued opportunities. Minted at the historic Denver facility, this coin entered production during a period of national transition, honoring a recently deceased president and a celebrated space achievement. The Eisenhower Dollar series itself was a congressional response to honor the former general and president, who passed away in 1969, and to commemorate the successful Apollo 11 mission. The 1972 D, as part of the inaugural trio of circulation strikes, carries the distinction of being from the only mint located west of the Mississippi River at that time, adding a geographic collectability factor. Its production was part of a massive coinage effort intended for general circulation, yet the public's general disuse of the large dollar coin meant that many were stored in bank vaults or collected from the outset, though often with little care for preservation. The coin's physical presence is commanding, with its 38.1 mm diameter and copper-nickel-clad composition. Frank Gasparo's obverse presents a dignified portrait of Ike, but the reverse design is the true star, an eagle in lunar descent, clutching an olive branch. On the 1972 D, the specific artistry of the strike is crucial. The coin is known for often exhibiting a slightly weaker impression on the high points of the eagle's breast and the lunar surface details compared to some Philadelphia strikes. This makes examples that display a razor-sharp, full cartwheel luster across both devices and fields particularly exceptional. In the highest grades, the mint's characteristic satiny finish can combine with pristine surfaces to create a visual appeal that is distinct from the more glassy appearance of some proof-like Philadelphia coins. Rarity for the 1972 D is almost entirely a function of grade. With a mintage of over 92 million, it is anything but rare in a general sense. However, the journey up the grading scale reveals a dramatic scarcity cliff. While MS-65 examples are reasonably obtainable, the population reports show a staggering drop-off at MS-66 and an absolute desert at MS-67 and above. This is due to a combination of factors: the striking challenges mentioned, indifferent handling at the mint and by early collectors, and the reality that most were not preserved with the meticulous care required for gem status. Consequently, a 1972 D-graded MS-67 is a genuine rarity, with only a handful of examples certified at that level, making it a key conditional stopper for anyone attempting a top-tier Eisenhower set. The market value for this coin reflects its conditional scarcity pyramid. A nicely preserved MS-65 might trade for a modest sum, but the financial landscape shifts dramatically beyond that point. An example certified MS-66 can see values beginning around $1, 200***, reflecting its status as a solid high-end coin. However, the true premium is reserved for the elusive MS-67 specimens. Given their extreme population scarcity, such coins rarely appear at public auction, and when they do, they ignite fierce bidding. Realistic prices for a gem MS-67 1972 D Eisenhower dollar reside in the $4,000 to $5,500 range, with the potential to climb higher based on overall eye appeal, toning, and market timing. This represents a significant multiplier over lower-grade examples and underscores the premium for perfection. For collectors targeting this high-value tier, a multifaceted strategy is essential. Authentication and grading by either PCGS or NGC is non-negotiable. The encapsulation not only confirms the grade, but also protects the coin's surfaces. When evaluating a potential purchase, scrutinize the strike detail on the eagle's leg feathers and the cratered moon, as these are common weak spots. Additionally, examine the obverse for any evidence of contact marks on Ike's high cheekbone, a prime focal point. Acquiring a coin of this caliber typically involves monitoring major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers, or establishing a relationship with a dealer who has access to premium registry set quality material. Storing the certified coin in a stable environment, away from light and humidity, will preserve its critical surfaces and luster for the long term. The 1972 D Eisenhower Dollar, therefore, embodies the core principle of modern numismatics. Rarity is defined not just by mintage, but by survival in a state of pristine preservation. It serves as a compelling lesson that even within a sea of millions, true gems can exist as rare treasures. For the experienced collector, it offers a prestigious and challenging target that can elevate an entire collection. Its value is derived from this confluence of historical first-year status, Denver Mint provenance, and the sheer difficulty of locating a piece that escaped the slightest hint of abrasion or soft strike. In summation, this coin represents a sophisticated investment in conditional rarity. It appeals to those who appreciate the narrative of a common coin made extraordinary through survival against the odds. As the collecting community continues to apply ever more rigorous standards to modern issues, the demand for superlative examples like a gem 1972 D will likely intensify. It stands not merely as a piece of currency, but as a testament to the patience and discernment required in advanced numismatics, holding strong potential for capital appreciation while serving as a centerpiece in a distinguished collection of 20th century American coinage. Second coin, the 1978 D Eisenhower Dollar, occupies a unique and often misunderstood niche in American numismatics, representing the poignant final regular issue chapter of a beloved series. Its appeal is not rooted in the first-year novelty of earlier issues, but in its status as a terminus, a last call for a coin that commemorated a fading era. For collectors, this coin is sought after not for its astronomical mintage, but for its elusive perfection. It is the last hurrah that proves incredibly difficult to find in pristine, gem condition. The market demand for this issue is highly specialized, driven by series completists and condition rarity hunters who understand that the final circulation strike from Denver is often the most challenging to acquire in top grade, creating a surprising and substantial premium for the few specimens that survived without a single flaw. Historically, the 1978 D Eisenhower Dollar was struck during a period of transition and decline for the series. By the late 1970s, the public's indifference to the large, cumbersome dollar coin was palpable, and the Treasury was already developing its smaller successor, the Susan B. Anthony Dollar. Minted in Denver, this coin served as a final tribute to President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 mission, but it was produced with minimal fanfare, essentially as a placeholder until the new small dollar could be released the following year. This lack of contemporary collector interest meant that while millions were struck, very few were carefully preserved directly from mint bags, with most entering commerce or being handled without care. Its historical significance, therefore, is intrinsically tied to its role as the series' conclusion, a bookend that often commands respect and dedicated pursuit. The coin shares the standard specifications of the series, a diameter of 38.1 millimeters, a copper-nickel-clad composition, and Frank Gasparo's now iconic designs. The obverse features the stern profile of President Eisenhower, while the reverse depicts the Apollo 11 mission insignia of an eagle in lunar descent. What makes the 1978 D visually special and high-grade is the specific character of its strike and luster. Later year coins from Denver can exhibit a slightly grainy texture or less defined striking detail, particularly on the eagle's breast feathers and the lunar surface. Consequently, an example that displays a sharply detailed, full strike combined with blazing, satiny mint luster and utterly mark-free surfaces is a minor miracle. Such a coin possesses a visual power that belies its common origins, standing as a testament to the mint's potential when all conditions align perfectly. The rarity of the high-value 1978 D is a classic study in conditional scarcity. With a mintage of over 33 million, it is abundantly available in lower uncirculated grades. However, the population reports from major grading services tell a different story for gems. The number of coins certified at MS67 is modest, and the population plunges at MS68, with only a minute fraction of the original mintage achieving this pinnacle of preservation. This scarcity is attributed to the combined effects of indifferent mint state preservation, bag handling marks, and the simple fact that few people saw a reason to safeguard these final year coins with extreme care. For the variety hunter, there are no major double dies or dramatic errors for this date and mint. The premium is paid solely for unimpeachable quality. Current market values for this coin are entirely dictated by its grade and eye appeal. A typical uncirculated example might be worth a small premium over face value, but the financial ascent is steep. A superlative specimen graded MS67 can command prices in the range of $2,500 to $3,500, reflecting its status as a series condition rarity. The truly exceptional coins, those graded MS68, exist in a realm of extreme scarcity. These elite examples, when they infrequently appear at major auctions, have realized prices between $5,000 and $6,500, with the final price heavily influenced by the strength of the strike and the attractiveness of the cartwheel luster. This market behavior underscores that for modern coins, perfection has its own very expensive economy. Navigating the acquisition of such a high-grade 1978 D requires a disciplined and knowledgeable approach. Certification by PCGS or NGC is absolutely essential, as the grading encapsulate provides a reliable benchmark for the coin's condition and authenticity. Collectors should prioritize eye appeal within the grade, seeking a coin with brilliant, original surfaces and no distracting carbon spots or toning. The strike should be examined closely, with preference given to examples where the eagle's leg feathers and the earth on the reverse are fully defined. Given the specialty nature of this market segment, purchasing from reputable numismatic auction houses or established dealers with expertise in modern dollars is the safest strategy. Once acquired, the coin should be stored in its sealed holder, kept in a stable, dry environment to preserve its state. The 1978 D Eisenhower Dollar thus serves as a powerful object lesson in numismatic finality and the relentless pursuit of quality. It demonstrates that a coin need not have a low mintage to be rare. It merely needs to be elusive in a state of flawless preservation. For the Eisenhower series specialist, securing a gem MS67 or MS68 example is often the crowning achievement, the piece that completes a high-grade set with a statement of excellence. Its value is intrinsically linked to this role as a conditional keystone. In final analysis, this coin represents a sophisticated and potentially rewarding frontier for the discerning collector. It combines the accessible history of a modern issue with the challenging rarity of impeccable survival. As more collectors turn their attention to building top-tier registry sets of 20th century series, the demand for these finest known examples will likely continue to exert upward pressure on their value. The 1978 D Eisenhower dollar, therefore, is far more than a common piece of pocket change. It is a testament to preservation, a landmark of a series end, and a compelling asset that holds both historical resonance and strong numismatic merit for the future.